All right, Take Five Sports. Our reaction to Payback yesterday night was a pretty good. Was a pretty solid pay per view. I was expecting a filler pay per view, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me. What are your overall thoughts, quick, before we break it down? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like going into it again, I thought like there wasn't gonna be like too many big matches in my opinion. Like obviously, this one of like the first pay per, like not first pay per views, but one of the pay per views where you didn't have anyone from the bloodline.
Yeah.
No bloodline drama. So I was really wondering like what they're gonna do because like I guess they're finally starting to progress the other stories
Yeah.
in WWE. But overall, it was actually solid. I think the matches were actually a lot better than expected. So I mean, we might as well jump right into all of them. So
I think right off the bat,
yeah.
they opened with the Trish and Becky Lynch.
Crazy match.
That was a fire match. I'm not even cap. That was a heat match. We're finally out of this stale feud, bro.
Yo.
I'm tired of this feud. As soon as Becky won, my friend texted me. He's like, finally, bro. He's like, finally, we're done with this. I don't know what's next for Becky. I don't know if she's going after. I don't know if can she go after Rhea, or is it she has to go with the Io Sky? I don't know which branch she's on.
Yeah, it'd probably be
Because this feud has been going on so long.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't.
But like it was really a random like feud to begin with. But the match that it gave us
Oh
was
yeah,
a
it was a banger.
classic.
It felt weird to kind of have at a Payback,
Yeah.
like a feud-ending match like this. It felt like more like a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series or even a WrestleMania type match.
Yeah.
But you know, it was pretty good. It was actually really
the
good.
suplex off the top.
Yo, Trish taking
Crazy.
bumps at her age. I don't know how old Trish is, but yo,
It's like vintage Trish Stratus out there. Like
as soon as I saw that, I'm like, yo, she could die here, bro.
yeah, it was amazing though. Like, good match overall.
And then they led into I think next was the Cena segment where he announced he was gonna be the special guest
Yep.
ref. Yeah, that was lit. That was lit because
Yeah.
Cena didn't take away from the match. He didn't take away from the match, but he's also very active in the match. This is storytelling alone because there was moments where like he would play fair on both sides. He wasn't biased to LA Knight. He wasn't biased to the Miz. Like sometimes he'd call it down the line. If Miz was cheesing, he'd call it. If LA Knight was cheesing, he'd call it. So I kind of like that too. But it was also like he gave LA Knight and the Miz their moments to shine. Like some points you didn't even realize John Cena was the special guest referee.
Yeah.
And you know, LA Knight got the dub. LA
They
Knight got
did
the
it.
dub,
They
bro.
did it.
What I like though, at the end, the match itself was okay. It was solid. Like these men aren't gonna give you a 5-star classic, but like at the end, when they walked through the ramp, John Cena did the old hand raise and pointed to LA Knight. You know, gave the signal of approval,
Yeah.
which is big coming from WWE. So
Yeah.
hopefully they push this man now. You put a title on him. I don't know what they would put on him. I don't know.
Maybe with Ray now. Maybe like the
Maybe
US
the IC title. You think he's the man to beat Gunther?
No, I think you know what? I think we'll get into that, but I think they're gonna go with Chad Gales with that. I really see like him
Oh,
starting
yeah,
with the
yeah.
US. I really see him starting with the US belt.
What if they just jump him to heavyweight championship?
That
Like,
would be insane.
I don't see
That would
him
be
beating
so
the
random.
WWE title. Maybe heavyweight, but
Yeah.
Shinsuke needs to win that or somebody. I feel like we need someone good to dethrone Seth.
Yeah.
But no, that
But-
match was solid.
You know what I'll say though? Leading up to that feud,
hmm
Miz's mic skills are actually underrated.
No, he was cooking LA
Did
Knight.
you see that like that little spot he did? I think it was on Raw like the week before, where he comes on and he like dressed up as
Yeah,
LA
the
Knight,
LA Knight.
and he actually imitated him
And he sounds
perfectly.
He sounds like just like
him, like especially with like yeah and
When he
everything.
talked
like
to you
that.
and everything.
Yeah, and you know I saw a lot of people saying like the Miz was actually like exposing a lot of criticisms that LA Knight get, where
Yeah.
it's like he's just a catchphrase guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like everyone just cheers for him because like it's just his catchphrase.
Yeah.
It's not really like his personality. And like when the Miz was going in about that, like
Yeah.
it was so good. So his mic skills underrated. And again, like I feel like the Miz doesn't get enough credit, you know, and when he puts these guys over. So like shout out to Miz once again for like, you know, and it was good that they let LA Knight win this. Imagine they made him lose. That would have been
Bro,
crazy.
the place
But-
would have rioted.
Yeah.
And I like that John Cena, you know, gave him the signal of approval.
Yeah.
Okay, so like before we even get into the rest of the payback, so I saw this tweet, and it was like because you know how John Cena's returning for the like next few months or whatever, he's gonna wrestle on SmackDown. It was a tweet. It's like, I'm tired of this revisionist history. When did everyone start cheering John Cena or like John Cena? Okay, so I'm like, I don't know. People aren't talking about this, but we have to realize here, and this is my take. Okay, this is my take. You have to realize that when people were booing John Cena, he was in that Super Cena era where he just couldn't lose. That was like I'm gonna say like 2010 to 2016, around then, maybe even earlier. So around then, you had guys like me cheering for Cena, which would be the kids at the time. Like say even 2007, 2008, 2009, I would be like 7, 8, 9, around there. We all grew up. All the Cena fans grew up. I'm 24 now. So people going to these shows, they're just grown-up Cena fans.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people aren't talking about that more often, saying, oh, why are we cheering Cena? We used to boo him. you used to boo. I used to cheer. That's my goat.
Yeah.
That's my goat, you know?
Mount Rushmore for sure.
Exactly, bro. So, like, I don't know. Like, I just seen that. I just saw that.
Yeah, I brought up the Cena thing. Only do you remember back in the day, like, with the Nexus feud with Cena?
Yeah,
So,
he buried
because he buried Nexus, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I was watching this thing where Wade Barrett was basically saying how up until that pay-per-view, like, on the day of the pay-per-view, they thought like Nexus was supposed to win. Like it was, so when they went there, I think he was saying how like Edge and everyone was in the ring like hyping them up, saying, "Oh, we're gonna figure out like how to make you guys look good." And
Cena's
like,
like,
one of the managers comes down and is like, "Oh yeah, so this and this is gonna happen, and then Cena's gonna pin you." And Wade Barrett's like, "Huh?" Like that Mr. Krabs meme where he's just looking around, he's like, "Huh? What do you mean?"
Edge
What do you mean? Yeah.
I think it was Edge and Jericho that were like, they're like, yo, we need to put you guys.
Yeah, and then so apparently a lot of people are saying it was like Cena's the one that.
Oh yeah, it was.
You think it was?
Because
but
Cena,
that was in that era where like it was like that Super Cena era.
Because after the match, Cena came up to them and was like, "My bad."
Really?
Because if you search up the story, he realized he should have put them over.
That was the time to put them over, bro. Nexus was like, this is really off topic, but like Nexus was probably one of like the sickest storylines.
Yeah, and they ruined
personally that I think in like the modern WWE.
Yeah, and they had
like,
one man cook them.
When they came out there and like destroyed like the ring and everything was on Raw where they did the takeovers.
Yeah.
And then like John Cena, like I think he gets fired, right, or something like.
He got like fired if he didn't beat them.
Yeah, he got fired if he didn't beat them, and then he would come back every week and just jump them. Yeah, it was so good. Like that storyline was so good, and I feel like it was prime for Nexus to win, and then it was just like random that like Cena took over.
Cena beat them, bro. It was a wild storyline.
But I won't lie, like I was a Cena fan of that.
I was a Cena fan, 100%. Like
listen, it was either Nexus or against us, and I'm not gonna lie, I was against them.
People would cook you for being a Cena fan. We have to realize like all of us grew up now, so all of us going to these wrestling shows, like that's
Cena's
my goat, bro. Like that's my goat.
That's our boy.
Right there, you know.
Yeah, like I'll always cheer.
So it's not revisionist history. It's just that we grew. All these kids that trying to let's go Cena, we grew up. So like, what the hell? Anyways, going on to the next match after LA Knight. I think after LA Knight Miz, I don't know.
Austin Theory.
Yes, it was Austin Theory, Rey Mysterio.
Random match because you didn't do anything. So like, what was the point of this?
Nothing happened. Austin Theory didn't win. He got a roll up. There was no build for.
I thought they were setting up like a Santos like heel turn on Rey.
That's what I was thinking too.
And then I thought like, oh, Austin Theory will get the belt back, and then they'll set up like a LA Knight Austin Theory for the USA belt.
He lost that shit clean.
He just lost. Like, what was the need for that?
He lost by like a roll up too. Like I guess like I get Rey's the little man and he has to win by doing those roll ups, but like. And then every time with a Rey match, there's these weird cinnamon toast crunch ads on the sides of the ring. They did that at WrestleMania too. Like,
I never know. It just
it throws me off.
Yeah. But I mean, again, kind of surprising just because like I don't know. I thought they would set up something, but no, it was just like we're just gonna make Austin Theory lose one more time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know why I try to bury Austin Theory like this, man. Like I still root for him, but why are we trying to bury him?
And then it was weird too because they had like a segment with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I didn't know these two were working together, like, or they were like that was like they showed like a flashback, and I didn't know they were talking to each other, but whatever. And then they had this man lose clean, so I don't know if that ended the feud right there, or if he's gonna come back on.
I think they got dead that feud. Like, there's no point in continuing.
You know, he's gonna
I think now, like now, LA Knight won. You just let him like get the push now. Maybe he gets the belt. But yeah, that one happened, and then
I think it was the Grayson Waller effect.
Grayson Waller effect.
After that,
with our boy Cody Rhodes comes out.
I have to finish the story.
And then he announces Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso. He's about to get Uso. Came out, got the fans going. Boom.
My first thing I thought of, because he said he pulled some political strings and got him back there.
He's on Raw now. Bro.
So I'm thinking maybe he traded himself to SmackDown. He got Jay on Raw. That's how he goes after Roman. He didn't say that, but I guess you might hint it later on. But my thing is, it's been 2 weeks.
Main event, Jey Uso's finally back. Like the thing was, they hyped it up like it was some big return, and that's why shout out Grayson Waller for saying that, because even he was like, all right, calm down. It's only been like 2 weeks, which is facts. Like why even leave? It's
something
just,
at a point you have.
I've seen Roman leave for more than 2 weeks, and it's like it's not a big return when he comes back.
You gotta commit, bro.
Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I thought like, do like a Royal Rumble, like be gone, like completely.
Or I was gonna have him show up in like the Indies, like in a random wrestling show.
Commit to it. Like let me see the rebuild. Like what was this? You just took a 2-week vacation, now you're back.
He said I'm out of WWE. Ooses.
Jimmy was gone for the same amount of time.
Ooses.
Like when you left, Jimmy basically left for the same amount of time. He just returned last week on Friday.
I thought he was gonna have like I thought there was gonna be a feud with Jay and Roman or something weird like that.
I don't know what they're doing now.
Or like, and then Jimmy comes and screws him over or something. But no,
Jimmy's on some vigilante stuff too. Like he's in the bloodline, but he still doesn't like them.
Oh my god.
But then he's out here saving,
Bro,
he's interfering, saving Solo.
We did.
Like
We
so
didn't even address that. Don't make any sense either. Now he's back in the bloodline because what I think he's gonna do, he's gonna corrupt them from the inside or something like that, or like, or Jimmy's gonna come back and mess him up, and then it's gonna be a Jay versus Jimmy at Mania, or like.
He's got that attitude adjustment, and I don't know what happened. But yeah, like Jay's back on Raw now. I don't even know what story you push him with, but
I don't.
He's back on Raw. Main event's here. But yeah, like I don't know. I was expecting like I wanted like a sick return at Rumble or something. You know, like be gone if you're gonna be gone. If you quit the WWE, how you back 2 weeks
or be
later?
gone and come back in Survivor Series or something.
Come
bro.
back later when it's an actual return or in a match. Why are you returning on a Grayson
Waller effect, like
random filler in between a pay-per-view?
And bro, like I'm telling you, like
not even a match, not even in a match, no hype. Just
after the whole thing with Jay just coming back and going back in the bloodline and everything. Like my boy said it the best too. He was like, "This is getting stale now. This bloodline story is getting stale." They clearly, it's like they don't know what to do with them. It doesn't
end until Roman loses. That's the thing. But it's like this is our first time Solo, so I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But it's really.
But
weird.
Even if Roman loses, like him and Solo have to feud.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna
I feel like Solo has to turn on one of them, or he might see the light somehow, and he'll just Rikishi will come back and like something will go on.
Maybe now they're gonna set up for like that Jay versus Jimmy. Because like now they're on competing brands as well now.
But I feel like that's a Mania. That's a Mania match.
No, it's a Mania like headline type of match. If you get Rikishi and everyone, like Jay versus Jimmy on like a night one WrestleMania,
I feel like that'd be a banger
special
match
guest with Rikishi. You probably get like crazy returns like The Rock, like their family. Everyone gets involved. That's a match that like needs to happen.
This bloodline story needs to end though,
yeah,
bro. Like it's been.
They're milking that cow, and I don't know how much more.
It's been years, man. Like we went through the whole pandemic and everything, and like. Roman is still the champ. I just want to see a new WWE champ.
Throw it out there. Out of respect. Throw it out.
I just want to see a new WWE champ that defends the belt every other pay-per-view or defends it every pay-per-view. And we have, like how it used to be, you know, like where Cena would have it, then Orton would have it, and then like Triple H would have it, or like something like that. It's not like I'm stuck in the old days. It's just like I'm tired of seeing the same champion for 3 years, bro.
More, bro, is what has been going.
Because at this point, other superstars can't get the spotlight.
You can't. It's hard because like, what do you do? Like, it's like you can't give them it, but then you got to keep them as superstars. So it's like, who do they beat to keep that?
That's
status?
why they brought the heavyweight championship. But now Rollins.
Now Rollins is starting to hog that.
like, anyways, next match. Speaking of changing championships, we got Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day.
They're finally a faction. They're finally a faction.
They needed this W.
Look at the photo. You got Rhea with a belt. You got Dom with the belt. You finally have Finn Balor and Damian Priest with belts plus Money in the Bank. They finally look like a faction.
I don't know if this is a hot take, bro. I don't know. But even though I love Sami and KO, they needed to lose those belts.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything.
It was number one, they weren't doing anything. Number two, the Judgment Day needed it to kind of like be a faction. Be kind of validated. Like they're holding a lot of like
Can't
the
be
titles.
The Demon Finn Balor without any like any accolades.
He needs to retire the Demon.
Any accolades. Mr. Money in the Bank, no belt in sight.
I don't know what they're doing with Money in the Bank either. Yeah. You think he's gonna sell?
I think eventually it's gonna be like a feud
between him and Finn.
Yeah,
but then he's with Shinsuke now. Like it's something.
I don't even know, but I'm just so thankful they won. The match itself. What do you think about the match itself?
Match is fire.
Match is fire.
Contender for match of the year. You know, like WWE match of the year. It's definitely up there with the triple threat from WrestleMania with Drew and them.
Had a lot of good spots. You have the Swanton bomb from Kevin Owens.
Even though he's injured, I'm like, yo, chill out, bro.
And it was on Dom too. It wasn't even like it was on one of them in the match.
That's what I was thinking too. Like maybe they lost the belts because they know Kevin's injured, so they kind of like write him off TV for a little bit. Like he lost the belts, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think it's also just like the story made sense for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win it off of Jay and Jimmy, but then after that, it's like they're not really like a tag. Like it's like they're kind of like a forced tag partnership right now.
What I hope is that this kind of leads into a feud with Sami and KO, and people will be like, how? Just like have them as a tag first, and have them constantly losing after this. and then have like instead of because everyone thinks like KO's gonna turn, have Sammy turn on KO.
Wow.
You know,
like
and
a Sammy heel turn.
they've been feuding since even before WWE. Sammy and KO has always been a lifelong feud. So just I've always wanted that to like a headliner WrestleMania one day.
And I think now like their movesets and
exactly
good match.
That'd be a banger.
And, like
match.
They both have built up like that fan base.
That's what I'm saying.
Crowd.
Like you build it up, have them lose, and then turn right before Mania and have that feud go into Mania. Yeah. You know. So
but, I mean,
but I don't know. That's not gonna happen.
But I mean, shout out Judgment Day. They clutched the 5-on-2.
They
clutched the 5-on-2. It took all of them. Yo, shout out Dom, eh? He clutched up twice. He's the real MVP of the Judgment Day. Put some respect. The briefcase, and then he also interfered in Rhea's match for her to retain as well.
I don't know if Kevin Owens got like he started bleeding naturally or it was like planned. Oh, because like WWE doesn't use the blood a lot anyway, so like I guess it might have been an injury, but I don't know. We'll see. That was lit. That match was a 5-star. That match was a classic.
I'm just so happy that Judgment Day is finally looking like what they were meant to be. You promoted them as this big bad faction, and every week they're out here taking losses in the dumbest way. They finally look cohesive and they won. And damn, they look sick, bro. And they're all waving the belts. I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be.
What was after the match? Was it Rhea?
After that was Rhea.
Rhea and thing. That match was alright.
It was an alright match. Obviously, like obvious win. I didn't think she was losing. Yeah. But you know,
it was a good match though. Between them, it was a good match. Like at a point, there was times where I'm like, yo, whatever. But I didn't think she was gonna lose the belt, especially not in a payback. Like,
especially not after what you just did. Like you can't give them, you can't get that pose at the end of that match with everyone and do that, and then lose it.
So that's what I'm saying. We knew she's gonna win. I think they're gonna hold all major belts. At a point, not like a Roman Reigns type thing. I think they might have the world heavyweight at a point to be like, yo, we got majority of the belts.
I think they need to. The one thing is like they need to split those tag belts.
We got back to SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah, like I don't like how like you have 2 tag belts, but they're unified. It's either keep it as like one unified like tag belt, or you need to split it between it.
Because the brand splits don't matter anymore, bro. Yeah, they really don't. Like if you're gonna have a blue belt, just have those blue tag team division for SmackDown, red for Raw.
Yeah. But it's like that's what I mean. It's like you either have it unified or have it split. Why do you have 2? It's running into like another situation where Roman's holding like 2 belts. But like for the tag belts, like just split it. And there's so many good like, you know, tag team duos out there. You can split it between them. Like,
yo, even when Roman loses, I want those belts to get unified into one
again.
Like, but he's still holding. Even the unified, he's still holding all 3 belts. Like, why?
No, he doesn't anymore. After at SummerSlam, it's 1 belt now.
Are you serious? Like they got rid of 2? Okay.
Paul Heyman doesn't hold it anymore.
Okay, because I was thinking like, what happened to like?
It's done now. If you look at SummerSlam, like, it doesn't look as cool now though, because when he waves it, it's like he's just flailing one. Before it looked sick when he was flailing both the belts, but now it's just the one. Paul Heyman doesn't carry it anymore. Okay, so they're good on that.
I didn't notice that. I didn't even notice that.
No,
I thought he still
noticed that it was at SummerSlam. That's when I noticed.
Okay, bad. Because I was about to say that doesn't make any sense. You got to do the same thing. Either you unify the belts or you keep them separate. Because at this point, it's not like Jay and Jimmy
just
have
stupid.
that.
It's like why do we have 2?
Because it made sense in the context of the bloodline.
Yeah, so the bloodline made sense, but then after that, again, it's like you run into issues. Like you gotta like separate it. And then last match was
Shinsuke and I really liked the build up to this match. I like that they had this match. Shinsuke looked like an anime villain.
Yeah, even his intro and everything. They're moving like
did you see the cartoon thing?
Yeah, like they're moving like he's straight out of anime villain. Bro, he sounded like Orochimaru in like in the intro. When I was watching, that's all I was thinking of. Like this man's coming out like on Demon Time.
But what I like too is because Shinsuke is actually really good. Like he's a really good wrestler. So as long as they let him be himself and they have the subtitles and everything, I like that. I like because he if he talks in English, he's so bad on the mic. Because like there's a language barrier. Can't really get off the emotions he wants. But when they did that and he brought up the back injury, that shit was fire.
So good. Even with the build up when he would like randomly like come out and just like beat up like, Seth Rollins, it was so good. Like it's just like that demon character really like suited him. Exactly. Like that, literally, like you said, like that anime villain.
Like bro, I was like, yo, what? This is fire, bro. This build up is. I was actually really excited for it. I thought it was gonna be. It was a good match, but I thought it was gonna be way better than it was. I thought it was gonna be like, bring the house down type, like 5-star, you're leaving, like that match changed my life type thing. Because Shinsuke and Seth are like Seth's probably the best wrestler in WWE, like the best wrestler in WWE.
He has like I don't know, just his charisma and his actual, and then he has like
his
talent
ring
in the
ability,
ring
like
is insane as well.
When I say best wrestler, I mean his in-ring ability, like his in-ring ability to carry a match.
Oh no, he is. That's the thing. Like his in-ring is really good, but on top of that, his character is so good. Like as a whole, he is like the top tier like superstar.
Yeah, I think like him, like in ring right now, it's him and AJ Styles as like the best like in-ring wrestlers, and like I thought it was gonna be like a banger match, but it's like You give like a 4, 3.4 out, like 3.5 out of 4, or like.
It's just like, again, they didn't change it. They didn't change the belts.
I didn't think they were either.
I didn't think they would, but I wouldn't have been mad at it, especially because it would have been cool. It would have been cool to see something different.
I think because I want Shinsuke to get that main event spot, which I like that they were pushing him back because his entrance is so sick too, bro. His entrance is so fire. You put that belt on him, you get him back in the main event scene.
When, like, do you remember when he was first in WWE?
Yeah.
And, like, oh my god, when his entrance,
the violins
the
and everything
would go insane. And he still has that. Like, I feel like this really got to like build his character back because I feel like for a while he wasn't really in the spotlight, and I think like this feud kind of brought him back. And like,
I don't even know, like after this, I don't know who you would even drop this to. Like if you're Seth, like out of Shinsuke, like I would drop. Honestly, I would wish AJ Styles got it. I would love AJ Styles to hold that belt.
It's probably like I feel like this belt was made for like the Money in the Bank though, like for it to get cashed in.
Yeah. What if he cashes on Roman? Yo, what if Cody finishes
the
story?
He finishes the story. Could you imagine Cody finally finishes the story, gets his like career moment, finally champ.
He's like pointing to Dusty on the screen.
You went through everything. You left WWE, you rebuilt your character, went to AEW, started AEW, come back, tear your pec, run the wrench. Finish the story, take down the Epitome, the Apex, and then you get cashed in on and lose it right there.
Bro, that would be ultimate heat for the Judgment Day, though. Like, they'd be booed out of the building,
That would be, like, the pinnacle. Like, Judgment Day would be the faction they're being built to be.
If that happens, bro, we said it here first. On God, we said it here first.
Bro, listen, I don't know if I would be so sad for Cody if that happened.
Yeah.
But my God, as a fan of Judgment Day, that would just imagine them like waving every belt, just every belt with the money.
Was what heavyweight.
Plus, they still have the Money in the Bank, bro. That would be a total like, oh my God, that would be the craziest thing ever.
I gotta see because no, it's a Monday Night Raw belt, right? It's a Raw belt, the heavyweight championship.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we gotta see what happens tomorrow with that. I don't know if maybe the Shinsuke feud continues. Maybe he just beats his ass again and like they run it back.
Rematch,
Run it back. If the next pay per view is Fastlane.
The Monday after, listen, the Raw after pay per views. There's always something.
Yeah, bro.
Always something.
Yeah. I think the next big one is not the next big one. The next big one is Survivor Series, but the next pay per view is Fastlane. I don't know, like
it's taking like a month.
It's
right?
another filler.
But it's also like I don't even know what they build. Like they have to build quick, because it's in like a month.
I don't think John Cena's not gonna be at that one.
The thing is, I feel like all these belts are kind of locked down. The only belt I see changing anytime soon is the IC title, and I actually think like my boy Alpha Academy, Chad Gables.
Dude, do you think John Cena's gonna wrestle? Like actually wrestle? Like a match? Now he's here for a bunch of dates, bro.
Maybe like a LA Knight one, because they didn't like.
They tease out, but I don't know if they'd want to do that, because Cena would fry him on the mic. Cena would ether this dude on the mic.
That's what,
like, you don't want that. You don't want that. Maybe he tag teams with LA Knight.
That'd be cool.
So or maybe he does something with LA Knight.
Or maybe like a random Grayson Waller, Austin Theory versus Cena and LA Knight. Or
maybe Edge comes back Survivor Series against John Cena.
He's not coming back.
Apparently his contract actually expires in December.
Oh no!
Like that was just his last Toronto show. Ooh. So he's deciding to rest. So maybe Survivor Series.
That'd be cool. One last
Survivor Series. John Cena.
Oh my God.
Edge. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Set it up. Set it up.
But yeah, overall, like solid
pay per view. It was a filler pay per view.
Yeah, like for one of these like mid pay per views during the year, can't ask for too much. But overall, the matches came through. And yeah, that was Payback, WWE. We'll see what happens during the week, the rest of the month, the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But for now, we still gotta throw it up for my boy Roman. But anyways, that was TakeFiveWWE. And we'll catch you in the next video.
Yep.
Peace.